Welcome to Flash CS6 Tutorial 2, Card Trick Part 2. It's a follow-up to the Card Trick Part 1, and I have that opened on my computer. I'm just going to test it to see where I'm at. The cards are dealt out, and it stops. Okay, so now I want to flip some cards. I want to remind you this is a beginner's tutorial. I will explain things as I go. I'm going to work down here at these ones first. Make sure all my layers are locked. I'm going to hide all my layers by clicking on this eyeball and unhide the layer 16. That's this one here. Deck 16. Click here and draw in one motion all the way down to and including deck 1. Right click, insert keyframe. That brings me up to frame 81, I believe. And I want to now flip the cards. So go up to frame 105. Click, drag down all the way down again and include deck 1. Insert a keyframe. So now I have my cards up to 81. Get on the action code here. Click on it. Get that square, fuzzy square, drag that over to that frame for now. Now unlock deck 16. That's it. Click on it. Come over to the tools panel, this third one down. Click on the corner. Make sure free transform tool is selected on the drop down menu. Free transform tool. And you'll know that you have it because you have these little squares. Now, if everything goes right, get that double arrow and come down, 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 down to about there. Now, go back to here. See, it's big. Somewhere in here, click in here, make a classic tween, and this is what should happen. If you played around with this and this gets ugly, starts twisting sideways, click in here, remove the tween, go back here, put it where it was, then bring it down and try in one motion, then come back and make your classic tween. You know you got the classic tween again because it turns a bluish purple with the arrow, and if you scrub it, you get that. I'll do the next one with you. I'm going to lock that 16, make 15 visible, unlock it, select this last frame, come down, make it about the same thickness. You can make it skinnier, but if you go too far, you'll start it back up again, then it will look bad. Right click, classic tween, and I'll do one more with you. Lock that, unlock this. Now, why is that? Oh, I didn't unlock the layer. Unlock the layer, select the last frame. If you don't have those 4 squares, it means you lost your free transform tool. Just go back up here and pick it up. Bring that down. And I'm going to, may as well make the tween. I'm going to do the rest of them, and then I'll get back to you. I'm going to do the last couple with you here. I just made that one small. Create classic tween. Lock. Make it visible. Create classic tween. And get the fuzzy squares. Click on that. Get the fuzzy square. Hold your button down and drag it up to the end. And let's test that. They should all come and get small. That's good. I'm happy with that. make sure all the layers are visible, make sure all the layers are locked. Right here on deck 16, I'm going to click and drag down all these in one motion. Click. So I'm highlighting that them. Right click, copy those frames. Copy frames. Then come here, click all in one motion. Right click, paste frames, and click on this one, get the fuzzy square and drag it over. And click on this one, get the fuzzy square and drag it over. So now we're stopping here with them big again. I only want them big so I can use it as a target. Now, we got a great big timeline going here, very long, so let's do something. Select deck 16. Come down here, and right there, that's a file folder. It says new folder, click on that. Call it deck, D-E-C-K. And what I want you to do is click off to the side. Now, grab each of these and drag it to the right. Click on this one, drag it to the right. Click on this one, drag it to the right. Click on it, highlight it, drag it to the right. Click on it, click again, drag to the right. Click, click, drag right. Click, click, drag right. Click, click, hold, drag right. Oops. And what we're doing is we're going to put all them in that folder so they'll be out of our way while we're working, and they'll still work like they're supposed to. And then I can click right here and make that smaller, and our timeline is cleaned up. Select this deck layer if it is not already selected, and insert 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. 4 layers. Starting here, call this DEC 16. Oh, excuse me, call this card 16. CARD 16. Call this one CARD 15. CARD 14. And CARD 13 for now. Lock all the layers. Select card 16 right here. Insert a keyframe. Now I want to make a card. So all the layers are locked. Unlock this 16 layer. Come over to the rectangle tool and make sure my black is for my stroke and my fill any color for now. Make a rectangle. Get your selection tool, highlight it, and we want this to be width 50 and the height 75. That will fit there. Open up open up this palette, select radial gradient again, and I'm going to go click on this one and pick up a blue, and I'm going to leave this one white. Click on it and click there for white, but I want a little less blue. Okay, and come over here, click on the corner of this one. I want the gradient tool again. Gradient tool, click on it and just move that horn off a little bit to the side like that. That's what I'm going with. Again, you can play around with this. Pick up my selection tool, highlight this, modify, convert it to a symbol, make sure the reference here, registration's in the middle, and call this CARD, card 16, shift underscore GRP as in graphic. Okay. So now I have a card 16 graphic. So if I double click on it, now I'm inside of that graphic. See, card 16 graphic. And this layer I'm going to call the card Lock that layer, insert a layer, calling it text. Text. And I'm calling this card number 13. Now I'll go through the motions and then I'll explain to you later on what they actually mean. So I'm selecting that frame of this text layer, selecting my text tool. The text tool picks up something down here in the fill, and on blue I'm going to go with a, oh, not that, I'm going to go put red on the blue. Over the side here I'm going to make some text. I have 21 point for my text. I'm going to go with Times New Roman. Times New Roman. And I think we already embedded it, but I'm just checking. Yes, it's our upper, lower numbers, punctuations. Okay. And here I'm going to put a 13, 1, 3. Pick up my selection tool, get the fuzz crosshairs, and put that on the top of my card right there. So now there's my card. That's not showing up so well, so I'm going to go with black. That's better. And I think I'm going to actually make it a little bit bigger. Let's go up to, say, 30 points. Oops, that looks better. Pick up my selection tool and putting it somewhere there. We can play around with that. I'm using numbers here. I'm not using the designated card like suits, like the 10 of spades, 4 of diamonds, the 3 of clubs. I'm just using numbers. But you can do the tutorial by using actual numbers that are on the cards. Let's go back to the main timeline. Scene 1 right here. That card, it's on this frame right here. I can check by clicking this off and on, so it's right here. And I want this card 13 to be in this 16 position. So my selection tool, highlight it, and drag it and put it right on there using my arrow keys and lining it up. Now I want to do something while I'm back at this card. I double clicked on it. See, I was here. I double clicked on it and I'm back inside of it. I'm selecting the text, or excuse me, I'm locking the layers. I'm selecting the card layer. I'm clicking on the outside only. See that? Clicking. I might have to double click. And I want my stroke here to be closer to 3. That's better. Go back to the main scene. So there it's a bigger stroke. See that? It's easier to line up that way. Now, I'm going to make one more with you, and then I'm going to stop and do the rest. I'm going to lock this. I'm going to unlock 15. Select this last frame, right click, insert keyframe. Excuse me. Right click, convert to keyframe. So now I have a keyframe here on 15. I'm going to double click on this, unlock 16. Double click. So now I'm inside of this card 16 group. The number 16 means where it is. No, let's rename that. Let's rename that. So I'm going to open my library. I'm going to rename this 13. Okay, I'll explain this after. It's 13, but on scene 1, it's in position 16. So that's why it's on this position 16. All right, double click on it. We're inside of it. I want to hold my control button down and click so both of these are highlighted. Right click, copy layers. So I'm copying those 2 layers. My library's open. I'm going down the corner here to create a new symbol. Click on that. Call it card, C-A-R-D. Call this one card 5. Shift_GRP. OK. Now I'm inside that card. Come over here, right click, paste layers, and unlock the text layer. Now change this to a 5. And if you want to pick up your selection tool, you can pick it up and center it if you like. Lock them layers. Don't worry about this extra layer. Open scene 1. Lock the 16. Select the keyframe on, that's the last frame of this card 15. Here's card 15. And on card 15, we're putting this number 5. So click, drag that over, put it there. And if you have to line it up with your arrow keys. I'll do one more with you. Lock that. Unlock card 14, which is this position right here. Click, right click, convert to a keyframe. So that's a keyframe now. Open the library. Create a new symbol right down here. This is going to be card, C-A-R-D, card 10. I'll show you what these mean after. Shift_GRP. OK. Now, if you didn't do anything cutting and pasting, you should just be able to go here, right click, and paste layers. If you didn't save that for some reason, go back to card 13, copy those 2 layers, and then go back to your card 10 and paste your layers in. But I knew it, so I saved it. Unlock the text layer, click on this, and make this a 10. I'll do the last one with you. Back to scene 1. I'll do the last one of this line. This is card 14 position, which is right here, right? Card 14. Pick up my selection tool, selecting that last keyframe. Pick up what's called card number 10. Drag it over on here. Use your arrow keys and put it in the position. Lock that one. Let's do the last one together. Click that. Get on that, right click, convert to a keyframe. Go to the library panel, make a new symbol. Make sure graphic is selected and call this CARD card 1. Shift_GRP. OK. We're inside this new card 1. Right click, paste layers again, and unlock the text layer. Double click, change this to a 1. Pick up your selection tool, center that if you want. Go back to scene 1. Select this last keyframe. If you look at that, that's all. That last keyframe for card 13, which is right here. And click card 1, drag it on here. And using your arrow keys, line it up. So now, I'm going to lock all my layers. What I'm going to do is cards 12. I'll insert them here. Card 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to put them up here. So I'm going to tell you very slowly what they're going to end up. And at this point in time, you should stop the video, get a pencil, or wait till I completely finished and come back, and then you'll have the information you want. This is going to end up being a card 14 here, one of these cards. This one's going to end up being card 3. This one's going to end up being card 8. This one's going to end up being card 11, card 4, card 16, card 9. This will be card 7 when I'm finished. This one will be card 2. This one will be card 12. This one will be card 6, and this one will be card 15. So I'm going to stop. I'll do those, and I'll get back to you. I just made 12 more layers in here. So now I have card 12 down to card 1. And I'm going to click in one motion, go all the way down like this. Get the fuzzy square, right click, convert to keyframes. So now I got all those keyframes made for me. Now I'm going to put the blue cards in these blocks. I'll do that and get back to you. I'm going to do the last few here with you. I'm finishing off this position 3, which is this card 8, and use my arrow keys. I'm selecting what I call card 2, which is really position 2 here. I'm going to make a new symbol. This is going to be card 3 underscore GRP. I'm pasting in those frames, those layers. Unlock the text layer. I'm going to make this a 3. Open scene 1 again. Selecting that last keyframe on layer for 2 position, even though it's card 3. This may be confusing, but I'll go through it with you when I have it done. And I got one more, and it's position 1 right here, which is this position. And the card I need to put on there is going to be called card 14. So new card, new symbol, CARD 14 underscore GRP. Okay. Paste in those layers. Unlock the text layer, make this a 14. Pick up my selection tool and slide it over. Open up scene 1. Make sure that last frame on card 1 and pick up 14. Bring it over and use my arrow keys. So now, locking all my layers. And if I look at them, you can see now on position 1 I have card 14, on 2 I have card 3, card 8, card 11, 4, 16, 9, 7, 2, 12, 6, 15, 1, 10, 5, and 13. Again, these can be regular cards like with the suits and things, as long as you know what you're going to do. Otherwise, I suggest you use these numbers. Let's test it out. They'll shuffle out. They'll all turn over very quickly and flip. We'll fix this up on the next tutorial. There's going to be a follow-up. It'll be Flash CS6 Tutorial 3, Card Trick Part 3. Hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.